Made another handsome sum today?
The nightlife here is so vibrant.
Feel free to take a look around. Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng funeral parlor...
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him...
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to... Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went... Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Vituit? We had better go...
And with that, Hua Brotherhood was sealed.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the format? Oh, it seems...
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And...
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from you.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since...
Paimon knew that we should never have...
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had... Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually,
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind.
What in the world are you talking...
The contract is fulfilled.
How sanctimonious.
What? No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but...
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between...
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you and...
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then...
Wait, What?
Perhaps it's best. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his... I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I...
Oh, Zhang...
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its... So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their role. That's right. Which is why...
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine...
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him to. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when...
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put on. Why, the Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, yet faced with such a crisis, they exerted the great... And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract, Signora. She managed to keep everything she knew in strict all the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for walking that path. These things were all a part of my script. The only unforeseen plot twist was I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti. To come, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the... Huh? On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal...
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will...
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return...
Fine. I'll meet you there later.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no...
Realistically speaking...
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, my agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa... Uncover that answer for yourself.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we've spent so much time trying to organize it, It would be a real shame not to go there now.
You know that god from the...
Yes, and to think that this happened right...
Say, do you think the person who is...
Now that you mention it, that's I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Still, what sort of...
Ah, forget it.
So Rex Lapis is oh, come on. There's only one real possibility. The Fatui? Shh! Lower your voice.
Hear ye all! The Chi sings words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too, gods and adepti live. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets, having been thwarted in his trial. Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Daimon needs a translation on what the Chi-Sings announced. So that's how... Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Could the Chi-Sing already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed? Exactly, right? Ooh. Look, it's Ningguang and Kuching. Are they saying...
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the...
3,700 years of...
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous, but blind...
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking
Now that we have awoken from our dream, will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add? Traveler.
Yikes! She really is...
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient...
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes... Name your price.
Whoa...
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Perhaps mementos for Rex Lapis.
And to think I'd put my best perfume on before... But it seems as if those perfume... Well, that's fine. Suffer no rivals in love. As for...
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their and here you are looking...
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the right, if the two of you can spare the time.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but
You're right. I do lack the Mora.
But why would Morax lack more?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon.
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could. No matter... I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. Traveling the streets, that is true. But
Paimon thinks that we should...
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another...
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before.
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of the Inazuma Bakufu, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very... Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about...
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of... But if a person shows true strength of will at a depth, this is what visions are. Magical foci.
That's how people in Tibet...
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision
Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of a statue of the thousand-armed, hundred-eyed god.
They want to seize visions. But why?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely
Whoa!
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity is nearest unto heaven. All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement...
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all. All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know? Ah, that was a good one. Failing at that said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed because they received news in secret. I hinted as much to the Adepti as... How did I accomplish that, you ask? All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know? The time of the Adepti has long passed. Kuching is absolutely right in saying that. Now, though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know?
That's right. Zhongli, now that you don't have your gnosis, since Morax is... Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint...
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operation.
This is terrible! We're all about to run out of...
Yes, this is indeed a major... Well, I suppose we'll just...
Then, did you at least set some private...
Oh, a private fund. It's a shame.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at the time. All right then. Was there anything else you wished? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed...